Somebody said make your way over this little bridge and up the cobbles and have a look at the view from here. Yeah, that's not bad. Done a little drawing, pen and ink with a little bit of crayon into it. I found myself somewhere to sit on this wall here and admire the view. Okay, so here's my view. Now, how do I get that all crammed into a painting here? And this is what I've done. Using the acrylics on acrylic paper, just to block it in to see how that's going to look. And I think that's on its way. Now Moira, who's just down here, that's Moira, has been up to tell me that the Dean is going to meet me in the cathedral. Oh, nice. That's very kind. She came to find me to tell me. Lovely. I better paint her in. I put my bike on its stand. It's a car park with a view of St David's Cathedral in Britain's smallest city of St David's in the far west of Wales. Pilgrims have been making their way to St David's for 1500 years. I'm a pilgrim. I've got my scallop shell on my jacket. And I too have made my way here, 1,300 miles since I set off from Paddington Station exactly 6 weeks ago today. And I've made my way here and it feels utterly brilliant to have pedalled all this way. The first thing I notice when I come into St David's Cathedral is that it's not level, it's on a slope. At the top end of the cathedral is this beautiful ceiling and glorious altarpiece. And this is where we find the tomb of Henry VII's dad. Wow, that's impressive. But more impressive is this. This is the actual shrine of St Dewi, and he's flanked on either side by St Patrick here and St Andrew there. Originally St David's bones would have been under here, but they were destroyed during Viking raids in the 9th century. And the important thing to do is when you arrive, you light a candle. I'll light a candle, drop it on the floor, light it again, and put it carefully there. And now I'll take a Martin Mallet name tag, and I think I can put it just under there. So, Martin Mallet, you and me, Ma Bubba, thanks for helping me reach our potential. Through this kissing gate in the middle of a field in southwest Wales is an ancient monument. It's an old chapel, and up here is a Madonna next to the lilies, and then this strange little place here. This is Non's Well. Non is St David's mum. Non, great name, isn't it? And supposedly this well emerged from a spring during a thunderstorm when David was born 1,500 years ago, and its waters are said to be very special. You can tell they're special. People are leaving coins and things in there. It, by all accounts, cures infirmities. That's got to be a good thing while I'm pedalling. Make sure I do okay. But I love the fact it's been here and is visited every single day. It's got to be something in it. Very special. Thank Thank you, Non. Or should that be Mum? Now, if you think my challenge is nuts to attempt to cycle around Britain, here's another really unusual challenge. It's a boat with just bits at either end and a great big gap in the middle. And a great big gap in the middle because it's a rowing boat. And there's a fella going to row across the Atlantic in it. Meet Adrian.
Hi, I'm Adrian, and I woke up one morning and thought I'll row the Atlantic.
Adrian, this is an amazing thing you're going to do, the Atlantic Challenge here. How far is it to row across the Atlantic?
It's 3,000 nautical miles, 5,000 kilometres.
And how long does it take?
40 days.
40 days to row across the Atlantic, living and breathing in this. There's your living quarters. That looks pretty tiny and a bit cramped.
It is a bit cramped, yeah.
Okay, and what, you sit here?
Yeah, this is the main rowing position to row from here.
Yeah.
We'll probably take the second rowing position out because there's going to be two of us.
Right.
And we'll have a nice beach mat to lay down while we're resting.
What lives in the back?
In the back is storage or another cubby hole.
Okay. Don't mind me saying this, Adrian, but you know, you're not 30, are you?
No, I'm twice 30, I'm 60. But I still won't be the oldest person to row the Atlantic. That goes to a guy who rowed last year who was 72, and he rowed it on his own at 72.
Have you done any practice recently?
So I plan to row across to Ireland, which will take about a day, I'm guessing. And then North Wales at least, possibly up to the Isle of Man, maybe even to Scotland. Surprising how far you get in a boat, because it'll do 60 miles a day.
Now tell me, you know, to stop boredom, you'll be taking some music with you.
I will be. I will take my entire music collection, which will probably last about a week.
And that, of course, includes the biggest hit, your all-time favourite.
Itsy Witsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini.
Thank God he got that right. Good luck, Adrian. Hope it goes well.
Thank you, Timmy. It's nowhere near as hard as your challenge, I have to say. It sounds daunting, but it's not as daunting as it may appear at first sight. Although more people have been in space than have rowed the Atlantic.
When I go on a bike ride, I like to go exploring. And I'm exploring a cul-de-sac with half a dozen homes and nothing else. Surely nothing else. Well, there may be, actually. And lo and behold, what? It's a burial chamber. A burial chamber from 5,000 years ago. That's a long time. When I was young and you were even younger. It's called King Arthur's burial chamber because apparently he played quoits on the top. Now what I love is that he used this for 450 years as a burial chamber. But clearly this is a very special place, but at some stage somebody had to lift that great big stone onto the top. I mean, nowadays you need cranes and all sorts of things, but 5,000 years ago a bunch of blokes got together and they said, to me, to you, your way a little bit. I mean, look, even here, this doesn't actually touch. There's a gap. I know. You go, is that going to, can I wobble it? Can I, no, I can't move it. I can't move it at all. But I can just picture how many people would be needed to lift that on, and somebody's going, oh, hang on, my back aches a bit, I'll need a rest. When is it cup of tea time? It's wonderful. King Arthur's burial chamber in Newport, West Wales, down a cul-de-sac. Brilliant. Today is Barley Saturday. It's the last Saturday in April and there's a big parade in Cardigan. Well, I've got myself behind a hearse. I know, a hearse. Crikey. So vintage tractors and all sorts of wonderful vehicles, and I'm in the middle of it. All the vintage tractors arrive and they line up like this. Squillions of them. This is great. This is where every farmer in Cardigan comes together for Barley Saturday. Barley Saturday is a big deal. The town's excited. The vehicles are fabulous. You wonder where they're kept when... And the thing is, they're probably used on the farm. It's amazing. What gorgeous colours. I'm very impressed. I like the starting handle. Crikey, that's wonderful. You wonder about these. It's just so lovely to see them. And then look at these cars over here. Hey. The colour is amazing. It's just lovely. And it's so exciting. Everybody's really proud. They've all been getting their vehicles together for the last few weeks. And then today at 2 o'clock, there's a big parade through the town and everybody cheers like mad. It's brilliant. Utterly brilliant. Barley Saturday. Remember it. If ever you want to see it, last Saturday of April. Wow. Hey, I like those wing mirrors. They're nice. Could do with one of those on my bike. Aha! I've seen something here. I've seen a Timmy coloured car. Look at this. Now that is lovely. Wow.
Like my car.
Is that your car? An absolute beauty. Oh, that's great. So,
It's not Timmy, is it?
yeah, of course it is.
Timmy Malik.
Nice to see you. I like your vehicle.
You ain't Timmy Malik, are you?
You see the reaction I get? And now in comes the funeral. The funeral hearse. I just think that's hilarious. It's the funniest thing in the world. Hello, girls. Hi. So, tell us about your tractor.
Not mine, it's his.
Mine?
Yeah, go on then.
Bought it about 6-8 weeks ago.
Right, okay.
Brought it down from Cornwall.
Yeah, okay.
Just a bit of a modern classic.
But look at the size of this compared to this.
I know.
She's 40 years old.
1984,
Right.
1960 something.
Okay, so in 20 years you grow from that
So that.
to this. Amazing.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Utterly, utterly brilliant. I'm attempting to cycle around Britain. Well, today is a different sort of day. Here's a look you don't often see with Timmy. On my bike, all dressed up in my wet weather gear. At the bottom of the panniers, I found my wet weather gear. I had to look for it this morning. I've got my overshoes. I've got my over trousers. I've got something on my helmet here. I've got a cover for that bag and a cover for that bag, and then I've got this wonderful, fabulous, utterly brilliant poncho with a window in the front so I can see the dashboard. There's the window, and I've even got a peak that keeps some of the rain out off my glasses. And it feels really strange wearing this for the very first time. I had to search for all this stuff, really, right at the very bottom of the panniers. Well, it's the 1st of May. I've been going 6.5 weeks, 1,400 miles, and I think it's pretty good that the first time I have to get the wet weather gear out is today. So, wish me luck in a lovely Welsh mizzle cycle ride. Soggy mallet!